We got you.
Well, it's an official day. We're going to tear the Pontiac down.
It's been so long. I love this car.
I do too.
It's a Pontiac Catalina, and it's a gem of a car.
This Catalina's been with me a long time. I think it's just now it's time for a facelift. My plan is just not change it too much, but just refine it. Justin's in here updating the interior.
Oh, that is nice. Put your game face on.
I wake up with it on. Grumble.
We got propagandos already.
Come on, Mike.
But look at it.
I'm Joe Martin. I've been building cars and bikes since I was just a little kid. My team hunts down rusted wrecks.
Are we gonna work today, Joe, or what?
We knock out the ugly and put in the cool. And turn these buckets of rust into street art. This is Iron Resurrection. All right, babe, I got an idea.
Oh, yeah?
I want to run past to see what you think.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
I'm thinking about doing a little facelift. It's one of my old favorites.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
Which one? Joe's been collecting cars since way before I met him, and he's got one in his collection that he's had for over 20 years.
It's got the cover on it. Can you remember? Can you guess the
I can
shape?
see, yeah, I can see which car it is. It's a Pontiac Catalina, and it's a gem of a car. That is, it's always been one of my faves.
So this Catalina's been with me a long time, and the car belonged to my uncle originally. Long story short, I ended up with it, but I've had it now for, I don't know, 20 years or something maybe. And I think it's just now it's time for a facelift.
And then you put new shoes on it, right?
Well, we got some new shoes. They're not so new now.
They're not new now, but that's what I'm saying. How long ago was that?
That's a long time ago. It's one of these cars I got, got a fond attachment to it. So it's definitely not going anywhere. Man is gonna have to deal with it when I'm long gone.
The last time I rode in this thing, I remember the brakes,
We're a little iffy.
it was iffy at best.
That's the whole thing about this. I love this car.
Oh, yeah.
The brakes were pulling. It's got the old drum brakes. I love this car so much, but I've never had a chance to do it how I really want to do it. Nice frame, big motor.
Well, honestly, I can't even remember the last time we were in it.
I know.
It's been years.
The car is actually in really good shape. It's a Southern car. It's super solid. Good bodywork, and it's just got really good bones. The car's in really nice shape, so it's a perfect one to start with.
It's been so long. I love this car.
I do too.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, I just want to put this thing on top of a trick frame. I'm going to do a really trick motor, trick wheels. The paint job's been on it for almost 20 years. And we just want to modernize everything. I think it's time, babe. It's time.
I think it's time too.
You think it's time?
I think it's time for the Catalina to shine.
Just been in the back of my mind, and every time I look at that car, so I'm finally pulling the trigger on it, and I'm excited. You want to go for a ride?
Yeah.
One last ride?
One last ride as it sits.
And then we'll go for ride 2.0 later.
Okay. We haven't driven it in quite some time, so we have a little bet that it might not start because it's been so long since he drove it. Oh, man. Baby blue, sit in the middle. Come on, sit. Baby blue.
I can't imagine this car with a new frame in it.
Oh my gosh.
It didn't ride bad, but it's not good. Catalina looks great, but it just didn't drive as well as it looks.
You want it to float down the road,
Float.
and it kind of hobbles down the road right now.
Well, not only float, but you want to hit some turns fast.
Yes, yeah. It has no, you can't get agile in this thing right
Exactly.
now. You have to stick to the course.
After driving this car for the last 20 years, I realized it's time to update it. Something to make it run as good as it looks.
Well, cool, I'm excited.
I'm glad you're excited.
I love this car. Are you kidding? Like this one and the 60 Impala are like two of my favorites. You just don't see them.
Well, this thing's been with me for a long time.
It has. Let you stand here and drool on it a little bit.
I've been drooling for like, how long have I known you? 15 years?
Yeah, 15, 18. So, yeah.
I'm drooled out, man.
Keep drooling.
Yeah, so we just messing around the shop here a little bit today, and Joe rolls up in my car. My Catalina he's had for, I don't know how long he's had the car, but I've known him for 15 years, and it's been my favorite car ever since I met him. So he's got a fleet of them. That's my favorite one, and apparently we're going to do a little upgrade on it.
That thing is sweet. Pretty clean here. Yeah.
You need to explain to him how much his car means to me, Joe, before he goes cutting on it.
Mike said I left this in my wheel somewhere. Just depends who kicks a bucket first. Well, you know what I want to do, Justin? I want to kind of stock appearing, but I do need to add buckets because I'm going to put a console in here. Good. I got to cut a little bit of the transmission tunnel for the 4L80.
Yeah, you know, Joe, he was telling me that he's talking about bucket seats. Why, I don't know. Maybe because he's a little younger than me, I don't know. I love it the way it is. The buckets would be cool. They'll go with the new upgrade on the car, too.
I think this is about Mike now.
It's about Mike.
Mike, what do you want?
Mike loves his car.
Sell me yours.
First thing, you just leave that all alone. That's good. You get it back on out of the car. Something about this car, it's not one particular thing. We used to take that thing to lunch all the time, and just, that thing will grow on you, and it's growing on me, and I want it.
Dang, we got cruising classics in here.
Oh, man, look at that, Mike.
Mine, too.
Oh, are you already claiming?
What is it?
Oh, Footloose, Mike. That's your era, ain't it, brother?
Lose.
Hey, leave it all alone, dog. Don't touch a thing.
Damn, man.
We're dialed in already. In there.
Damn. So we got a really cool project in here. We got a 32 Ford Roadster. Keith just put a motor in this thing. Now it's over here. Justin's put some interior in it. I'm gonna walk over here and check it out. This thing's really cool because of its condition. It was a customized 32 Ford from way back. It's got all kind of the original paint job from way back then. Obviously, it's been repainted a long time ago. But it's just neat to see all the original little cracks and oxidation and everything on this car. Check out Keith's little blown flathead Ford right here. Keith built this badass Evans heads, little supercharger on it. Very traditional. This is what you'd see back in the 40s and 50s, was this style. This is how they did the customization, so it's just really cool. But Justin's in here updating the interior, so he's kind of modernizing it just a little bit, make it a little more comfy. You know, take it out, enjoy it. Look at these door panels. How good a shape this old steel's in. And, you know, it's got the old Washington blue Ford factory color on it. So you can see the old rumble seat material on here. You gotta do it all up. It's just a really cool example of a nice, solid old 32 Ford Roadster. You just don't see it that much anymore. Take this thing to the burger stand, go get a beer or something for the kids in the back, and have a lot of fun riding in the back of this thing. So getting right there in the 65 Pontiac, I'm pretty excited. Had this car for years. Actually got it from my Uncle Bill, and he happens to be in town. He's gonna come by and check it out. I'm gonna show him exactly what I'm gonna do to this car. See if he approves. Hey, you showed up just in time.
Oh, man.
You got a big day planned.
Oh, really? Well, I always loved 65 Pontiac from the time I was a kid.
Well, it's the official day. We're gonna tear the Pontiac down.
Ooh.
I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, the car just really made my heart go pitter-patter, like what dreams are made of. I like it the way it is, you know?
Bill, he's kind of more of a stock guy because it kind of takes him back to his childhood when the car was new. It's deserving of an update.
What are you going to do to it?
Well, we got a lot of things we're going to do. I wanted to explain to him that we're really not going to disturb the identity of the car. We're just going to refine it. Really, what I want to do with this car is just bring it up to modern times. We did the air ride system, if you remember. So what I decided to do is I'm going to change the frame. Air ride looks cool when it's down, but when you raise it up, it's not so cool riding around. I want the car to look killer all the time, going down the road, sitting still. Got a new LSA going in, 600 horsepower. We'll put a supercharged motor in there, and a lot of horsepower. I'm going to bring the bumpers in a tad bit.
Oh.
I'm going to get big tires underneath this thing, big power. The styling of the car is so cool. Yeah, I'm just really excited about updating this car. New interior, big brakes, big wheels, big power, big comfort. What do you think?
I think it looks gorgeous the way it is, but I like what he's going to do. I still love this color.
Oh, I know.
On this car, anyway.
The paint job on this car is in really good shape. It's held up for 20-something years, and so it's just, body works excellent on the car. So I want to preserve it the best I can, so I'm just going to go back and block it, fix a few areas, blend it in. Talk to Tom, brewed up something nice for it. I'm going to have to get Tom to try to remake the color.
Well, I'm not surprised. He's got to put it up to state of the art. But I understand that it's going to be a lot better.
Well, so you approve? You
Yeah.
like the idea?
Yeah, I do.
Because it was your baby at one time.
Well, it sure was. I want to see it as soon as it's done, and I want to ride in it. I want to see what the differences are. I think it's really going to be neat.
Well, I guess on that note, I'm going to pull it in the shop. We'll start tearing it down. What do you say?
Yeah,
All right.
that's a good idea.
Think right here, right? That way we can just push it right on the lid, brother, when we're ready.
Oh,
Right? Yeah, so my Uncle Bill was in town. He came by, wanted to look at the car. Kind of told him what my plan was, and I think he's digging it. I think he thumbs up.
Joe's making me dismantle my own car, man. The only car he's had I ever wanted.
Damn, where do we start?
Tearing the seats and carpet out of this bad
I
boy.
guess so, Brian.
That's one of my favorite pieces of this car, the seat.
So first thing we're gonna do is get the body off the frame. Be strong, Mike. I need
Be
you to
strong.
I need you to be strong, man. In order to do that, obviously we'll take the interior out so we have access to the body mount bolts.
Hey, Joe, you know, any funny business we find in this car, that's on you.
Man, come on, Mike. We can leave the engine in, the exhaust, everything can stay in the frame because we're literally gonna take the body off the frame and start making our adjustments.
No. That's probably good right there, Joe.
All right.
There ain't no turning back after this, is
Yeah,
there?
sure ain't. So when we take the body off, we'll definitely, we want to be careful with it. Paint job's really good shape, but it's going to be a lot of work just to not scratch it and make our improvements, fix our little areas that need addressing. Yeah. So we want to be careful with it. We're going to pull the chrome off. Got to be careful not to scratch the car. Get the glass out, the trim out. So we just got to meticulously take it apart because we do not want to scratch it. What's that thing weigh?
I don't know, 55, 60 maybe.
Probably about as much as me, man.
Damn, right. Wait,
Slip right.
yeah. So the parts that are on the car, the wheels, the motor, transmission, they're all good parts.
Raise it up.
Raise it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
All
Go
right,
for
here
it. Get it. There you go. We on hook now, aren't we?
I think.
All right, let me out of here.
We got a really nice air ride system on there, so that's stuff I can sell. It's stuff I can use on another car. Got to be careful with it. I don't want to destroy it. I want to meticulously roll it out, save it for another project, roll the new stuff in.
Oh, where's our new frame at, Joe?
It's coming. And it's bringing hell with it, man.
Well, just as long as it brings all the parts that we need, that's all I care about, right? My name's Brant. I'm from Broadway, Virginia. Hey, man.
Hey, Brent, how you doing?
Good, good. I have a 32 Roadster.
We're gonna check it out. I want to see what you think so far.
Oh, man. My son Gavin and I are here today, and we're gonna kind of get fitted for the seat.
Looks awesome.
We'll sit in it and see what you think.
All right. Yeah. Just to see where we're at. The windshield was chopped and kind of get a feel for the car.
I've got it down pretty low, which I think it needs to be for the way the top's going to be. So
We're actually into cars. We have a company. We sell early model Mustang parts. I got into the hot rod thing though. Actually, I think this is going to be fine. It's going to work really good. Our 32, it's just an iconic car. Yeah, the seat feels fantastic. You know, the way you got it contoured and everything.
you got plenty of room for your feet on the pedals.
Yeah, I think this works really, really good. Just everything blends well together in the car. The color works good with the dash. Trying to keep that 40s look. Nothing's out of place. You want to give it a try here?
Gavin's going to be driving it one day.
Yeah.
For sure, huh?
My legs are much longer than his. I'm not too much taller, so we'll see how this works.
Could be a little tighter than me, but we're gonna get a compromise to hopefully make it work for both of us. Because the seat does not move in the car.
Yeah, this should work pretty well. I'm seeing out the windshield's great, and obviously with the top it should be good, the rake of it.
You think you'll be driving it more than he will be?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
My son's 17 years old. He eats, lives, and breathes this stuff too. So I'm excited.
Yeah, now what we'll do is we'll just continue building the foam out to this side, get it all cleaned up, around all the corners, and then we'll draw out the design and then start cutting and sewing leather. And
Awesome. It's awesome.
I appreciate y'all
can't wait
coming
to
by.
see it finished, man.
We'll talk to y'all soon.
Hey, Joe, man.
Tanner, brother.
Got that Catalina chassis on there. You want to check it out?
Dude, I gotta check this out, man.
Damn. You got our frame in today for the Catalina. Chad got it all in box. We're gonna check that thing out.
Oh, man.
Damn.
It's got that Pontiac wide track.
Dude, that is wide track, man.
I can't wait to see it under there.
I can't either, man. Well, speaking of that, I say we roll it under, man.
Yeah. I heard Mike's ready to start cutting out some floor stuff.
Yeah,
So
Mike's already ready to cut something.
let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Hey, check this out, Mike.
What you got?
Got this really cool rendering of my car. They rendered the car with the chassis.
Oh, yeah.
So what's really cool is they actually give you a diagram, show you kind of where to cut, which is minimal cutting of the floor.
Oh, they put everything in there that you're going to
Everything's
use.
set up already, man. Isn't that cool? You know, the frame's not as invasive as another frame where you totally cut everything away, and so you can look through here and see the stance in the car. Shows the tire size. It's really cool. It shows exactly where the frame's going to go, the factory body mounts. The floors in this car are such great shape. You know, we don't want to cut it off. We don't have to. That's just really cool. That cuts a lot of head scratching out right there.
I can't even believe we're building a car. You're holding an iPad and stuff. What happened?
Times change, man.
What happened?
You got to get with the times, man.
We went from hammers and what happened?
You got to get with the times, man.
I know for a fact Kato, this car will never belong to me now. Oh, I don't know what that is. Well, yeah, this is your typical old car insulation or protection, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see after the years, probably shouldn't inhale that, I can tell you that much. Most of the time you don't have somebody cutting a big old hole in your firewall at the wheel either, but yeah. Look at my car, man. Look at my car, Joe. I'm assuming he did that. Now I can see what's going on under here.
Got the firewall cut out of the Catalina, and now what we're getting ready to do, we got to section out this area right over the rear end housing. That's going to allow it to come down, and we put a body on the frame.
All right, here we go. Even now.
Go ahead.
You got it?
Yep. Oh, it's coming out. It's coming out, man. Damn, Mike.
Hey, man. There's my Catalina.
Damn, Mike.
Floor.
Sorry about your Catalina floor, Mike.
God.
So we got everything cut out on the 65 Pontiac here. Now we're ready to bring the frame in, see if it fits.
Insta frame.
Yep. I'm pretty confident where we cut, according to the rendering. But we just want to test it. We want to make sure we have no clearance issues. So we'll roll the frame under. Chad, don't blow nothing out, brother.
Yeah. There. What about me, Joe? I'm the one that's 85. He's like 40.
Bring the body down carefully, and just if there's anything we need to trim, we'll trim it, address it.
All business now. Quit playing.
Yeah. Put your game face on.
I wake up with it on.
There we go.
Woo!
That was
You digging
close.
it?
Right there, man. It's looking good.
Are we ready? Damn, Man, that may be the easiest frame fitment we ever did, Joe. Adios.
That did it. We got the body down in the frame. Everything's fitting perfectly. Everything fits really well. Nothing's in the way, so the body just went straight down. Man, that's got to be the easiest frame swap we've ever done. So now I think we'll put the motor in. We'll determine where we're going to cut the transmission tunnel, get the firewall figured out, mount our steering column, and a lot of the heavy work's done today.
Brian, you want to spread?
Yeah, sure.
Brent came in and got test fitted in the seat. We nailed it the first shot. Now what we're doing is the rest of the foam pieces, we're fixing to attach this last section here so you can get it all nice and tight with the side panels.
Wow.
Nailed it. Let's stick this back in. I like it. Cool, so now this is ready to be glued on to the baseboard, and then we'll set this exactly in place.
So I know what you can scare Joe one morning. You get an action figure,
There's so many ways.
and you tape it on each hand, on each edge of the camera, because when you look through that, it looks like someone's ducked down behind the car.
Oh my God.
And the minute you put it in reverse, he'll look and see someone there, and he'll freak out.
Joe has a lead on a motor that he wants to put into the Catalina, so Shag and I are going to go check it out. Hey, I just realized I don't know the exact address of where Billy is.
Is it near his? It's wait, is it?
By Muggles, but I don't know exactly where it is. I'm sorry, 1 second.
God, 3 stars. This is the worst Uber I've ever had.
Oh God, I suck as Uber. We have such a great pool of people in this area that we can call on whenever we need parts. Well, Billy is one of those people, and he just moved into a new shop, so we're gonna stop in to see what he's got.
In the time I've known Billy, he's had many shops.
The one I went to last was at his house.
You mean in his house?
I mean, yes,
In
the
all of
garage,
it, yes.
the house, the inside, the
Parts in the
outside.
attic.
Yeah. Joe says that Billy has the perfect motor for this Catalina, so Shag and I need to get over there pretty quick, because if I know Billy, he won't have it for long.
Well, we're gonna drop in, see what kind of shape it's in.
Low miles,
Hopefully,
used motor.
ideally, low cash, guaranteedly. Billy,
Oh, what's happening?
dude, is this the new spot?
Long time no see.
I know, I miss you, dude.
So I've been here about 5 months at this new shop, and I've been running my own motorcycle shop for almost 10 years now.
Are these yours or
Well, the
customers?
trophies are up.
These are all my non-running bikes back here.
Decor.
Yeah.
Dude, look at all these things. Every one of these has a story and a novel waiting to be written.
Right? Oh, no, there's no doubt with Billy.
I mean, walking into the place, there's a lot of cool stuff. We went through the office, so there was like, trinkets and this, that, and the other crap, laying around.
Both of our heads were on swivels. This one's kind of cool.
I actually got that from my neighbor for helping
Oh,
him
yeah?
move.
That's kind of
Gave me a
neat.
box of motorcycle parts, and I put that together out of it.
What's up with this Ducati? Look at that thing.
Isn't that cool?
That is killer.
You won't see another one of those around. That's a 66 Ducati 250, and it's
Nice.
actually from Italy. I mean, if you look at it, everything is in Italian on it. So
Oh, God. Joe's probably going to come over here and try to buy it from you.
Right?
Okay, cool. Well, let's,
Yeah, where's this engine?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get this motor out. It's right up front. So we don't know much about it, and we got to get rid of it and make it our own.
I mean, it's not gummed up or anything. It does, the low mileage looks about right. You know what I mean? I mean, for what Joe's looking for.
mm-hmm.
What do you need?
I think it's $2,500.
What do you need?
So I was just looking and trying to figure out pricing and stuff on these, and we were thinking $2,500. That's motor and trans. So.
That's your
Wait a
Craigslist
minute.
price.
Yeah.
That's not your.
That's not your right?
Yeah, that's. You're absolutely right. 25 is a great number for someone else.
Oh, the shaggle. Yeah. I know how that goes. So I've learned over the years, like, you gotta start high with them and then work down, because I know how the shaggle works for sure.
So I was thinking, not 25. Honestly,
Well,
I mean,
How about $2,000?
how about a little bit under $2,000 and we're good?
Let's keep the twos out of it.
I'm trying to think how we're gonna load the thing up. We might have to pay Chris the $200 to do the forklift.
Mandy can ask him. We're good.
All right. Well,
I
let's.
thought you were about to say I could like pick it up and take it. I was like, well,
No, that was
I don't
last
think
time.
so.
That was last time.
If we can talk Chris into using his forklift and then getting that thing in the back of your truck, $1,800.
Oh, 18?
Yeah. Okay. I
Thanks,
can't wait to see it.
Nice.
That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah, we're rocking it out.
We don't know the condition, but we know it's a good foundation.
Right.
It's a good start to what they want to build on top of it and do to it.
It's perfect for what they're looking
Yeah.
for.
Well, let's back the truck up. Let's do this, baby.
All right.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the car.
Well, we can't wait to show it to you.
It'd be a great opportunity to use that motor or something, but I just know that I'm so busy I won't be able to do anything with it. Shoot, I've known Joe for a while, and obviously Shaq and Amanda, I know that it's their personal car. So that's really cool. So it's something that they're going to have around for a while. So I'm really stoked that it's going to a good home, for sure.
Oh, man. Oh, damn, they got a motor in there. Look at that.
Open the tailgate so I can see it from here, Joe, if I don't have to move.
You stay right there, Mike. We got you.
I'm gonna assess it from here if you don't mind, Joe.
Damn. You stay right there.
Man, look at that 6.0. Got a 6.0 here, man.
Found a 6-liter LS for this thing. It's supposedly low miles.
Well, so what Billy say about it?
Well, Billy claims it's low mileage. Came out of a wreck.
What kind of miles?
30, 40K, give or take. I mean, it's Billy.
Well, I mean, it looks clean.
It does.
This thing's nice. It doesn't have a lot of grime on it.
Billy's, man of his word, so I think it's going to be a perfect donor.
I mean, a low mile 6.0 with a 4L80. Low mile.
At the right price.
It's pretty. What was the price?
1,800.
Oh man, that's a good solid price right there.
Yeah.
Nice. We got a pretty good deal on this motor, so once we open it up and see, we'll know what kind of deal we got.
Well, when will we be able to get it on the stand and check it out? Like really get into it?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We'll pull the pan, look at the bearings, and just check it out. Make sure.
No, I
it's
think
cool.
Amanda said she wants to get it on.
No, I did not say that.
She did, right? That took me off guard.
I said, when will you guys?
Okay.
Hey, it's good work, guys. Good
Get
work.
unloaded.
Let's unload it. We'll go get the forklift. We'll unload it.
Go get the forklift, Joe. Now that we've got the motor situation squared away, I think I better get up and help make sure nothing happens to it. Well, come on with it. Oh, whoa. No mice. That's good right there. I think it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime, Mike.
Happy and do some work. We got the front seat of the Roadster laid out. It's time to do a little bit of math. That way we can portion everything onto the leather hide, make sure we have enough of everything we need. Nice thing about seats like this is that it's just going to be a bunch of rectangles all the way across. I cut the same piece over and over again. But it's pretty restrained and original on the outside. We kind of want to do something that's real period correct, so we can't go too over the top. I just like the simplicity of it. What we're going for is a hidden stitch. So if we just sewed lines into the top of it, so we call it, top stitching it, you'd still see it. So this is a little closer to what they would have done back in the day with a roll and tuck. So what we're just doing, we're sewing the border of each of these pieces to the foam. This is one of the extra steps that makes the finished product just a little bit cleaner.
Let's see what she looks like inside.
So Shaq and Amanda brought me this 6.0 from our buddy Billy Chesney, and he says it's low miles. We're gonna tear it down and have a look inside. If it's low miles, it's a very good thing because rotating assembly is not gonna have a lot of wear on it. So we'll utilize it. We're gonna put a supercharger on it. So we may check the ring gap, we may mess with it. But mainly what I wanna do is get into it, look at the bearings, make sure it's not sludged up, low mile, good donor to use.
There we go.
And coming from Billy, I think Billy's a good guy. I don't think he'd steer me wrong. No chunks, DJ, no chunks. getting started on Brandt's 32 door panels today. These originally, back in 32, had a mat pocket. We patterned out the door skin, transferred it over to aluminum, so everything's pretty much ready. So now that I've got the leather cut, the lid will be sewn across here, and then I will glue all this leather to the 1/8" foam, and then when we glue it to the panel, press it all in, and then we'll trim it, wrap it. That's how it goes. You want to pick a starting point, and when you go around on this particular one, you want to end exactly in the same hole that you started in. That way you never see any kind of weird bumps. Right in there. Got it right in there first time. I did it.
No chunks, DJ, no chunks.
No chunks.
Oh, nice, man.
Oil looks good, right? Hardly anything on the magnet, so
Damn, good, man.
might be okay. I don't see any holes in it, so.
Well, man, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing is we're going to pull the pan, we're going to pull it apart, look at it, make sure it's not sludged up, make sure it's not high miles, make sure there's no damage to it, and go from there.
Oh, that is nice.
That's birdie in there. Wow.
Woo-wee. It's like brand new.
Damn sure is, man. This is kind of what we look for in a low mile motor. Normally you would get sludge built up in here. You know, you get all kinds of just crap from people just not changing the oil. It's just dirt brown, nasty, grimy, varnishy. And this is exactly what we're looking for. I mean, it looks like it hasn't even been started yet. You can see there's hardly any deposits down here where the oil flows around in the head. It's just very clean. And Billy said he had a low mile motor, and that's what we got. We got a really good donor to start with. I mean, the car's very solid. It's going to make it just a great project. I've been wanting to do this a long time, this upgrade. It's my own car, and I want to do it, not cheaply, but if I can save some money here, use some parts I've been gathering up here, that's what I'm going to do. I think we can build it up. It'll be good horsepower. It'll be very, very dependable.
Well, it looks good.
It does. It looks really good.
Just gotta clean it up a bit.
Well, I guess I'll round up a supercharger, some heads, cam. I'll get all the goodies for this thing.
Get all the go fast stuff.
Go fast goodies.
This thing ought to make some power.
Yep. All right.
You remember this car? It's the 32 Roadster. So we're working on the rumble seat today. The deluxe models of the Roadsters and some coupes had the rumble seat option. This seat is in the trunk, so you really have no trunk space. You have an extra seat. Yeah, they call it a rumble seat because the exhaust runs up through behind close to the floor back here, and it would rumble. We actually are not doing any modifications to this seat. I'm gonna go ahead and start measuring out, and I'm gonna kind of copy what I have in front, transfer it back here, and we'll start making leather and sewing stuff together. Yeah, we don't really have to change anything. This just has a nice, simple shape to it. Another fun fact that I found out is the rumble seat in England is called a dicky. So, we got the pattern all laid out on the seat. Now we're going to be attaching this leather to the sew foam and trim it, and then we'll start sewing it all together. Everything's looking pretty good. I got these few pieces sewn together. I always do a couple at the beginning and double check my measurements, make sure they're looking good, and I can always adjust if I need to take them in a little bit more or vice versa. So now I just got to get the other, I think, 6 parts and sew them all together, and then we will have the cover on the seat very soon. So we got the Pontiac
up in the air again. We got the frame body mounted. So we're getting ready to mock up the transmission and motor and the frame. In order to do that, we got the 4L80, we got a big transmission, so we have to cut our transmission tunnel so we can mock the motor up and set it in place.
Woo! Hey, go give that dog the bill. He might want it.
Yeah, I know, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Man, that's an elephant nose right there, man.
You too cold, man. Man, our motor's got the sagging going
Super
on.
sag.
Yeah.
It's sagging around that way, bro. While we're waiting on the new motor, we got a mock motor we're going to use LS, stick it in place,
You just hold on to it, Kato, and I'll drive it.
and get everything set up so when we put the new motor in place, we start putting the things together.
Oh, what are we hitting? You got it in there or no?
About 3 more. Right on. Come on, a little bit more right there, Phil.
Are you
Oh,
on?
man. We need some more transmission tunnel work, Mike.
Oh, we do?
Damn.
Damn.
Damn. All right, boys. Come on out. So we put our motor transmission in, and we didn't cut enough out of our tunnel, so I didn't want to cut too much away, so that's okay. We'll go back and trim a little more. I just forgot how big those 4L80s are. Well, let's do a retest, Mike.
Can I come down with you?
Yeah, come on down, Mike.
Like butter.
Damn, we're home, boy.
Catalina got a motor in it.
So we have everything finished, and we're gonna start installing. Brent's flying in, so we have to make sure that we have everything done. We don't have a lot of time for screw-ups. So the roaster's ready. I finished the interior. Keith built the engine, and I cannot wait for him to see it.
What's going on over here? What's going on, Keith?
Whoa, looks really good. The interior is incredible.
Everything about it was perfect. So I was actually just coming over to test drive it. So do you want to go with me?
Dude, I would love to. Perfect weather. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Perfect day for it. Oh, it is. Oh, this weather's nice. After all the hard work we put into the interior, getting to take a ride in it afterwards was like the cherry on top.
So how much did y'all chop this top? 3.5?
Really? I love roasters. I love riding with Keith. Anything he builds is amazing. So riding an old flathead that's supercharged, can't beat that. Seat felt great. That was a plus.
Yeah, this would be a good little car for him.
Yeah.
He's coming in right now. See it for the first time?
Yeah. Today's a big day. Brand's coming in soon, and I can't wait to see what he thinks. It's a really awesome car. I know Brand's gonna love it.
That's just kind of cool, man. The old original look outside and the comfort on the inside. Looking at this 32 over, I mean, it looks great. The stance is great. Interior looks great. It came out awesome.
I think I hear him.
Oh, there
What's
he
going
is.
on, Brent? I'm here today to see the 32 all finished up. Oh man, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Brand came in, totally excited. He's a little confused. Do I shake hands or look at the car?
We're just admiring your rig here,
Oh
man.
man.
He looked at the car.
Oh man, it's gorgeous, man.
Don't be shy.
It is awesome. It is just. Oh man, that is awesome. Look at this pocket.
Of course, the first thing he does, he checked out the front and loved the map pocket.
That is cool how it's lined in here. Just super nice, man. Super nice.
He's definitely super excited about it.
Man, that color is just fantastic, man.
That was a good choice.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
I love it. The seat is super nice, super comfortable. The way you got a contour here and everything. This is awesome, man. Really nice.
I mean, you can look at the interior. Amazing.
Another section back here. That
Oh, yeah.
Check
Excited
out.
to see this, man.
I know you've been impatient.
So I'm excited to see what you got. Got the rumble seat here.
Look at the rumble seat. Stellar, next level.
Oh, man, that looks awesome, Justin.
But the kicker, the icing, the unexpected is the battery box.
That is great, man.
It looks like an old school piece of luggage, custom made to match the car.
What do you got there? Like, oh, Velcro. Like,
Velcro's to the carpet.
Perfect, man. That is perfect. Everything just flows together. It works for the entire car. The car has to, everything's got to flow. You don't want something, like you say, that stands out. I couldn't think of anything that I would do differently. Man, I haven't heard this motor run yet.
No.
I think we should fire it up.
Can you fire it up, man? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fire that thing up, it sounds just as good as it looks.
Sounds pretty good, yeah. Just over the top. I mean, it couldn't be any better. It really couldn't.
Timeless look. Timeless look.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
All right, man. Cool. Yeah, make sure we don't
Ain't that heavy Joe Martin?
Make sure we don't goober up them gaskets.
Right there, man. Look at that. Right there's where it goes.
Come about a half inch up.
Something ain't sitting right.
Well, them heads ain't gonna.
No, the block must be way different, Joe.
Is it?
Look at this.
It's closed, man.
It'll give us an idea.
Yeah, that's all we need. They got propagandos already. Come on, Mike.
Well, look at it. You think that hood's gonna clear? Well, here on our mock-up motor, as you can see, it's pretty tall. I mean, this hood don't go like that. It goes like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
No way, Tommy.
Joe's gonna be rowing down the street with a big old canoe on his hood.
Hell no, it'll go, brother. I think it'll make it.
Joe thinks it'll clear. I think we may have problems. I don't know. But maybe I'm always a negative one. But I try to be as honest as I can.
Well, here we go, boys.
Let's find out.
I think we're gonna be all right.
I mean, it's tight. It's kind of, you know,
Iffy, but I'm gonna keep a positive mind and cross some fingers and hopefully the hood will fit.
We might as well end the day on a
Good note or a bad
well,
note?
we're about to find out, Joe. We're either going to be happy or we're all fixing to go home.
I'm not cutting a hole in this hood. And I'm not building a goofy cow hood on it. I'm not doing any of that stuff. You guys ready?
Go for it, Joe.
Hey, Brian, you can hit the side there. How's that look, Kato?
You're going to hit right up here at the front door.
Oh.
Mark it.
Yeah, Joe's gonna be really happy. I think Billy's really happy. He probably just made rent.
Just for the record, if you two ever get divorced, Matt, you're out of here because we need her. Just saying.
It saw itself in your freaking
This one, I thought I saw it do this.
I got $1 writing on it.
So it entered my body and now lives inside of me. Dennis Quaid is checking out my insides.
Oh my god! That's it. That's a wrap.
बोलिए नाथों की नाथ की धनिया चतुरा भोले के हावे ये मुख्य यहाँ
aren't you?
Well, it's the official day. We're gonna tear the Pontiac down.
It's been so long. I love this car.
I do too.
It's a Pontiac Catalina, and it's a gem of a car.
This Catalina's been with me a long time. I think it's just now it's time for a facelift. My plan is just not change it too much, but just refine it. Justin's in here updating the interior.
Oh, that is nice.
Put your game face on. I wake up with it on.
Grumble.
We got propagandos already.
Come on, Mike.
But look at it.
I'm Joe Martin. I've been building cars and bikes since I was just a little kid. My team hunts down rusted wrecks.
Are we gonna work today, Joe, or what?
We knock out the ugly and put in the cool. And turn these buckets of rust into street art. This is Iron Resurrection. All right, baby, got an idea.
Oh, yeah?
I want to run past to see what you think.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
I'm thinking about doing a little facelift. It's one of my old favorites.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
Which one? Joe's been collecting cars since way before I met him, and he's got one in his collection that he's had for over 20 years.
It's got the cover on it. Can you remember? Can you guess the shape?
See, yeah, I can see which car it is. It's a Pontiac Catalina, and it's a gem of a car. That is always been one of my faves.
So this Catalina's been with me a long time, and the car belonged to my uncle originally. Long story short, I ended up with it, but I've had it now for, 18, 20 years or something maybe, and I think it's just now it's time for a facelift.
And then you put new shoes on it, right?
Well, we got some new shoes. They're not so new now.
They're not new now, but that's what I'm saying. How long ago was that?
That's a long time ago. It's one of these cars I got a fond attachment to it, so it's definitely not going anywhere. Amanda's gonna have to deal with it when I'm long gone.
The last time I rode in this thing, I remember the brakes,
We're a little iffy.
it was iffy at best.
That's the whole thing about this. I love this car.
Oh, yeah.
The brakes were pulling. It's got the old drum brakes. I love this car so much, but I've never had a chance to do it how I really want to do it. Nice frame, big motor.
Well, honestly, I can't even remember the last time we were in it.
I know.
It's been years.
The car is actually in really good shape. It's a Southern car, it's super solid, good bodywork, and it's got really good bones. The car's in really nice shape, so it's a perfect one to start with.
It's been so long. I love this car.
I do too.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, I just want to put this thing on top of a trick frame. I'm going to do a really trick motor, trick wheels. The paint job's been on it for almost 20 years, and we just want to modernize everything. I think it's time, babe.
I think it's time too.
You think it's time?
I think it's time for the Catalina to shine.
It's just been in the back of my mind, and every time I look at that car, so I'm finally pulling the trigger on it, I'm excited. You want to go for a ride?
Yeah.
One last ride?
One last ride as it sits.
And then we'll go for ride 2.0 later.
Okay. We haven't driven it in quite some time, so we have a little bet that it might not start because it's been so long since he drove it. Oh, man. Baby blue, sit in the middle. Come on, sit. Baby blue.
I can't imagine this car with a new frame in it.
Oh my gosh.
It didn't ride bad, but it's not good.